It's midway through January and I feel like we're at the point where a lot of us are thinking about giving up on our goals. If you're the 1% that's still going super hard on your goals, good for you, and keep going because we're rooting for you. But if you're like the rest of us who are already giving up on our goals, I'll be going over why we're quote unquote failing on our goals. When the new year rolls around, we think about all the things that we want to accomplish for the year. We set goals for ourselves that we want to accomplish, but more often than not, we don't actually end up fulfilling these goals by the end of the year, and even more often we don't even see it through for more than a couple weeks. And so this year I'm gonna be saying no to goals and yes to anti-goals. So anti-goals is exactly how it sounds. It's the opposite of goals. It's what you're trying to avoid doing. They're habits that you don't want to bring forth to the new year. Some anti-goals can sound like, for example, never waking up less than an hour before going to work because you want to make time for breakfast and working out. Or it could sound like never sitting right after you're eating because you don't want to feel bloated after each meal. Or even like not going on your phone an hour before and after waking up. So anti-goals are really just habits that you're currently exhibiting and you don't necessarily want to continue going forward. To me, it seems so much more easier and doable to stop doing something rather than having to incorporate a new thing into your routine. So that's why this year I am focused on achieving my anti-goals, and here are 5 of my anti-goals that I'm trying to achieve. So the first anti-goal of mine is to never go a month without doing a crafty thing. I feel like owning a business can be so taxing and can even be more if this is your part-time gig and you have a full-time job out of this. For me, I feel like the past 2 years or so, I've been really slowing down on making art in general because I've been more focused on the admin side of running a small business. I've also been getting ready for markets more often, so it's like a whole day's worth of being at a market and then also prepping beforehand for them. So I never really have time to like do fun crafty things or even make art anymore. I feel like a lot of artists have also had the same sentiment of not having a lot of launches anymore because they're so focused on, again, the admin side, the relationship side of working with buyers, retailers, markets, things of that sort. So they don't have a lot of time during the week or the weekend to make art. I feel like in this point of my small business, I feel like I definitely need like a fun crafting day because 1, it allows me to have a break from my business, and 2, I feel like I need a like separate creative outlet that doesn't require me to make art to sell, if that makes sense. Because I feel like as an artist who also sells art on the side, there's a very thin line of making things for yourself versus making things for other people, and I feel like sometimes you lose that creativity because you're constantly thinking about like what does everyone else want rather than like what exactly do you want and what your style actually is. So every month I'm gonna be choosing one day where I don't do any work and I simply just make art and craft. My second anti-goal is to never film, edit, and post all in the same week. It's just super stressful to do all 3 in 1 week every single week, and honestly it's just me doing all of this, so it's even more stressful to do it all. Like I don't have someone who edits my videos, I don't have anyone who drafts out or organizes what I have to film every week or every month. I feel like even though I have like a content calendar of some sort, I don't necessarily like prepare all of them in a bulk setting. I do like 1 draft, 1 video, 1 week, and then it continues week after week. Whereas I feel like I should draft like 3 videos for the month and then film all of that in 1 day and then just edit throughout the week or the month. So it doesn't feel like I'm working on YouTube like 3 times a week. I'm just basically working a day or two of filming and drafting, and then editing when I can. That kind of brings me to my next goal of never posting something without planning it. I tend to have a lot of my content posted in real time, for example, like my Instagram stories. I feel like there are some days where I have like an influx of stories, and then other days I just go radio silent. Another example is now that I go back to the office multiple times a week, there are days where I just don't post because I'm in the office, but I would love to have like pre-planned posts or stories so that I can fill in the days that I'm not necessarily in my studio. I would love to have it made as a goal where I don't go a day without at least posting once. And that's just like to show my face somewhere. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to post like every single day on YouTube or a Instagram post or TikTok. It could just be like me on an Instagram story. And I think that's a very doable goal. I just have to pre-plan on days that I'm not necessarily doing business or art things. Another reason why I want to pre-plan my content is because I feel like there is not like a good connection between like my YouTube, my social, and my shop. Because at the end of the day, they're all kind of having the same goal of like showing my art, but just in different formats. For example, I feel like for launches, I really prioritize showing it first to my Instagram, whether it's through stories or reels or a post. But then when it comes to my YouTube, I feel like I don't really post the behind the scenes until maybe like weeks later, but only because I feel like I'm not organized enough to like have behind the scenes filmed and edited in time before the launch. So I feel like my goal here, or my anti-goal here, is to never have my YouTube videos go more than a week out about the behind the scenes after the product is already launched. The reason why I want to plan better with my content is because I want to be a better storyteller. I feel like at the moment, a lot of my videos feel kind of like choppy and random, and that's because it is. It's because I'm like randomly taking my phone out or randomly taking my camera out to shoot something. And I feel like unless you're, you know, filming 24/7 of your life and you can easily tell a story, I feel like a lot of vlogs are honestly pre-planned. Not to unveil the curtain there, but I feel like a lot of videos, especially vlogs, are pre-planned. A lot of like my YouTube friends do that too. They go to a market or an event knowing exactly what they want to film because they know the story that they want to tell. And so I feel like I could do a lot better at that. And so for my YouTube videos or even reels, I would love to get to a point where I know exactly what I want to tell. I have the script ready and I know the clips that I want to shoot for each scene of the video. And I know it's very calculated, but I feel like at this point of being a content creator, I just really enjoy storytelling, and I think that's the direction that I want to go forward with when it comes to my videos for both long form and short form. That's not to say that any of my videos or vlogs or even other people's vlogs are inorganic. It's more of like, you know, the topics that you want to cover, or even like bullet points of things you want to cover. I feel like for my vlogs, I have a lot of moments where I'm just like yapping about something random, and it's not that I have like a script for exactly what I'm gonna be saying. It's more of like I have a topic in mind and bullet points in mind of the stuff that I want to go over, that I don't go off course and I'm just like making the video longer and I'm just talking about random things for an hour. My next anti-goal is to never be afraid to film in public. I feel like for me, I go to markets a lot and there are a lot of opportunities for me to just film the process, film me talking to people, film me talking to my neighbors, but I end up not doing so because I'm too shy. But I feel like markets are such a goldmine for content. Even if you make $0 at a market, you get so much content out of just going to a market. And that content can help you reach new customers, reach more views, more engagement to your page, and thus getting them to your website, your YouTube page, whatever goal that you're trying to get. I feel like there's no harm in getting more content for yourself. Again, I feel like I've always been like too shy to pull up my camera to film something. I always try to like sneakily put like my phone behind something or against my water bottle, but even then, like, I'm still so shy, and it's not that like anyone's even looking in my direction. I feel like I've always been so against just filming. Again, content is king, and honestly, like, who cares at this point? I feel like everyone's filming, everyone has a camera out, so it's like, who cares? And at the end of the day, like, you have the content, and are these people going to, you know, go back home and tell their friends and family that this one person was filming themselves at a market? Probably not. I feel like, unfortunately, we're not the main character that we think we are, and no one's really talking about us, so might as well just get that content. I feel like I'm always jealous of those creators who document their life and have footage to look back on of like when they first started their journey of whatever journey they're on, and I don't have any of that, and I just wish I wasn't so shy to have filmed that back then, because we're all getting older and we're continuing our journey, but you don't have anything to look back on or to see how much you've grown. Next anti-goal is to never have random product launches. I feel like this goes hand in hand with never not planning your content. I feel like in the past couple years, I've had just random days, months, quarters of randomly launching a product, and I feel like I want to be a little bit more organized this year. For me, in the past, I feel like I've always finished drawing something or finished a product and I immediately launch it because I'm excited. I want people to see my stuff. And that's fine for some people. But at the same time, again, I want to be a little bit more organized and know exactly when or how much per quarter, per month, or whatever cadence I have a launch. Because without this organization, I feel like I can go a whole year without launching something and I would have never known, because I'm not like organized and I'm not keeping track of what I'm launching. I feel like I'm not gonna go down my Instagram or my YouTube to see like, oh yeah, I forgot I launched that this year. And I'd rather have it like on a calendar or a document somewhere saying like, I'm gonna be launching these 2 stickers on this month, this day. And by the end of the year, I just want to be able to say like, hey, I actually launched like 10 new things this year. And then on a business side, it's great to see at the end of the year how much you have benefited from these product launches. I just want to be able to pick a date of when I'm gonna be launching something. I want to have a teaser. I want to have people excited to see my new product. Again, launching your new products the same day that you finish it, it's totally fine. But why not just continue this dopamine for a couple of days or a week or 2 weeks? I feel like it's kind of a fulfilling feeling of, you know, having this secret all to yourself and then teasing it out to your audience. It's also a bonus to have a bunch of content for the teasing portion and the release of your product, so it's really a win-win situation. So to be more specific on this anti-goal, I want to have at least the 1 launch per quarter for this year. So those are my 5 anti-goals that I want to achieve this year. I think anti-goals are, you know, such a great alternative to setting actual goals, because I feel like as humans, we're very good at nitpicking, we're good at complaining and just controlling things that we don't like rather than adding something new to our list of things to do. And in doing so, we're kind of prioritizing things that actually make us feel good and removing things that don't make us feel good. So in a way, anti-goals is helping us set boundaries for ourselves. So hopefully you're able to set some anti-goals for yourself. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this.